What's going on, guys? Today I'm back with another H.A.T format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your H.A.T format replays, you can go down to the video description and find all the information on how to go about doing that. Anyways, the match I have for you today, we have V-Star, who is going to be on Firefist Traptrix, versus MWN Hydro Pump, who is going to be on pure Koa'Ki Meiru. Personally, I am a big fan of both of these decks, as I have shown both off on the channel already, so this should be a very good match. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Here it looks like V-Star is going to be starting this game out. Opening hands, we see Duality, Wiretap, Mermail, Breakthrough Skill, and Max C. And on the other side, we see Tenki, Urnite, Core Transport Unit, Trap Stun, and Iron Core of Koa'Ki Meiru. V-Star will get a draw for turn, getting a copy of Tenki. Here they're going to go for Tenki, adding a copy of Bear. After that, they're going to go Duality. So dualitying before the Mermail. Not entirely sure what they'd be looking for there to do that first instead of deck thinning, but I guess maybe they were just searching for some other normal summon, though I feel like Mermail is usually a pretty solid search in this deck. But anyways, revealing Breakthrough Skill, Upstart, and Wiretap, they are going to take a copy of Wiretap and put the others back. So just preparing for any of those trap type decks. Then they are going to summon the Mermail, use the effect, and add a copy of Bottomless. After that, they're going to set 4 and pass it over to Hydro Pump, who gets a copy of Koa'Ki Meiru Drago. They go to main phase 1, they're going to take a second to think, activate Tenki, and get a copy of Urnite. From here, they're going to normal summon Urnite, and V-Star allows that through, choosing not to use the Bottomless here. So Urnite will be able to activate, revealing the Iron Core, and Max C will be chained here. So I guess V-Star just wanted to make sure they could get some extra draws and use out of this Max C, as they do have answers to a lot of the cards the opponent might have, so they might as well take advantage and get some draws here. So here, Crusader is going to be special summoned, and V-Star will get a copy of Soul Charge. They say it's good, so still not using the Bottomless. I guess they're not really caring. I think they're probably hoping they overlay here, and then they can use something like the Breakthrough if need be, if it's something like a H.A.T or something of those sorts. After that, Core Transport Unit is going to come down, and they are going to discard Drago to add a copy of the Iron Core, go Battle Phase, and attack over the Mermail, and then here the Crusader will attack in for some damage. They will then go main phase 2, set 1, and reveal the Urnite as the maintenance cost for these ones. Back over to V-Star, who will get another copy of Bear. Normal summon the Bear. Use the effect, getting rid of the Tenki to pop the Crusader. After that, Soul Charge is activated to bring back the Mermail. Mermail can then trigger to pop the back row. Trap Stun is chained, and V-Star says it's good. They're not going to be using any of these on their turn regardless. Next, they're going to overlay for Ragna-Zero, very strong card in this matchup, which they'll be able to detach a material and pop the Urnite because it did have the 100 attack bonus from the Tenki, and then V-Star will get a draw here. Getting a copy of Tensu is extremely good there, but unfortunately they can't take advantage of using the Tensu to summon Bear and swing in because they did Soul Charge. Here, Hydro Pump drew, I believe, was that the third core for turn? That's a little unlucky here, but they do have the Urnite. Choosing not to go for it, though, because the Ragna-Zero could just easily pop it. So back to V-Star, who gets a copy of Upstart Goblin. They activate it and get a copy of Duality. They then Duality and will take a warning, putting back the Mermail and other copy of Bear. From here, they're going to normal summon Bear, swing in with the Ragna-Zero. Choosing not to use the copy of Bear, probably just not to clog their zones. Or I don't know how large their Firefist package is, so I can't imagine that they'd only be on 2 copies of Bear. But anyways, they are just setting the warning and passing it over. It seems like there's not a lot of ways out of this position. Anyways, here Hydro Pump gets a copy of Maximus, though, which is good with all the Iron Cores. But again, well, actually, this is a dragon, so they could just special it, and it would work around the Ragna-Zero because it won't get the boost from Tenki. But I guess they should also know that the Bottomless is there, and it's not like there's a Diamond Core or anything to protect in advance. So here V-Star will get a copy of Traptrix Nightmare. They'll just go Battle Phase, and it's not looking good for Hydro Pump here, unfortunately. Just Ragna Zero is too strong. Here they get another copy of Urnite. They at least try to make a play, so here they're going to banish the Iron Core to summon the Maximus. That is going to eat the warning, and that's going to go straight into a game number 2. This time, Hydro Pump will get to start the game out, though. Opening hands, we see Breakthrough Skill, Wiretap, Traptrix, Trapple, Nightmare, Mermail, and Tenki. And on the other side, we see Soul Charge, Tour Guide, Core Transport Unit, Koa'Ki Meiru Crusader, and Koa'Ki Meiru Maximus here. And it looks like they will get to draw for turn because they are starting this one out. Getting a copy of Iron Core is very strong, and, V-Star doesn't have a Max C here, so they won't be able to stop the big push if they, if Hydro Pump chooses to go for the big Tour Guide play into the copy of Urnite. So let's see what they will choose to do here. Here they are going to go for Tour Guide, summon the other copy of Tour Guide. Next, they're going to take a second to think here and go for Invoker, use Invoker effect, attaching Tour Guide to summon a copy of Urnite. Urnite can then, are they going to use the effect? No, they're going to go Core Transport Unit, discarding the copy of Crusader to add a copy of Iron Core, which is kind of good here. It kind of shows them that, maybe they didn't have the core before. So that's kind of, just a mind game there. But then they are going to use the Urnite, revealing the Iron Core, special summoning the Crusader here. From here, they're going to overlay into a copy of Tiger King in defense position. Its effect will then trigger to set a copy of Tenki, which they'll then, activate and get a copy of Urnite here. So they do have follow-up. They will then detach the copy of Urnite via the effect of Tiger King, so then they can soul charge it back. Here they're also going to get back their Crusader here, so making a very big board turn 1. Using the Urnite, obviously revealing the Iron Core again, summoning another copy of Crusader. From here, they can then overlay the 2 Crusaders into a Lavalval chain and send a copy of Diamond Core, which is very nice for protection for the follow-up turn. In the end phase, they're just revealing the Urnite for the Urnite maintenance cost. And over to V-Star, who gets a copy of Dark Hole, and that's just disastrous. Unfortunately, this isn't a quick play for Diamond Core in Graveyard for the protection ability, so this Dark Hole probably will put in a lot of work, and V-Star's hand is also very strong, so let's see how this one goes. They go to main phase, they activate the Dark Hole, everything's getting destroyed here. Next, Tenki can grab a bear, which now they're going to go for Mermail and add the Bottomless, kind of similar to last game, but this time they are going to go battle phase and attack in, and set a bunch of back row, and unfortunately Hydro Pump's already kind of low on life because of the Soul Charge and the Mermail already. Here V-Star will pass, and Hydro Pump gets another copy of Urnite, so if they are on Tensu, then they might actually have a really big push they could make, because they could go Urnite, reveal, summon, one of the other guys, go for a Tiger King if they're playing 2, go for the Tensu, summon the Urnite, and kind of do it again. But it really comes down to how many names they're on, and also if they are on double copies of Tiger King, which, again, I'm not entirely sure of, but also they'd be playing through a lot of back row, so they might not even get that far. Here, Diamond Core is activated for some insulation, so they can then summon the Urnite, use the effect. That gets met with Breakthrough Skill. Now the Maximus will come down by banishing a copy of Iron Core. Next, they're going to use the Maximus to pop a card, and they pop the Bottomless. Unfortunately, the Traptrix Trapple Nightmare can't be activated here. Well, it can be, but because of the Diamond Core saying that you can banish this card from your graveyard for the rest of this turn, Koa'Ki Meiru monsters you control cannot be destroyed, it kind of wouldn't do anything. It would negate it, but it wouldn't destroy it. So I guess they're just valuing, having these still set versus saving the Bottomless. So next, they're going to go battle phase, attack over the Mermail and attack in with the Urnite here. And over to V-Star, who gets a copy of Gorilla. Next, they're going to summon Bear, use the effect, and pop the Maximus. Over to Hydro Pump, who has good follow-up still. They still have that Urnite on board. So here they can summon a copy of Ice. They say it's good. Next, they're going to summon the other Urnite. And just go battle phase, trying to push in. And so it is going to go to a game number 3. This time, V-Star will get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see Mermail, Double Tenki, Maxi, and Wiretap. And on the other side, we see Trap Stun, Iron Core, Mind Control, Crusader, and MST. So very interesting hands here. Let's see here. V-Star gets a copy of Breakthrough Skill for turn, and they're going to go Tenki for Bear, and summon the Mermail to add Deep Dark Trap Hole. That is probably for the Maximus, because this card says when a level 5 or higher effect monster or monsters is special summoned, banish that level 5 or higher effect monster. So pretty neat card there. Here, setting 3 and over to Hydro Pump, who gets a copy of Reckon Power for turn. That's a very, very strong card. They may need to play it out slow, though, to take full advantage of that, though. So let's see what they choose to do here. Here, they are just going to set 3, back row, and pass. So they are choosing to play it slow, which is nice to see in this exact situation. V-Star draws a copy of Solemn Warning. Here, the Bear is going to be summoned, and they're just going to go to battle phase, attack in with both. Will they use the Bear here? They are going to use it to set a copy of Tenki. But here, Reckon Power is going to be activated so they can reveal the Iron Core and then blow up all the set spell and traps. Though there was the Wiretap there, so it's going to be able to answer the Reckon Power here in main phase 2. Tenki is activated and MST is chained, so no search for V-Star here. They're still in a very good position, though. They're going to go main phase 2 and go for a copy of Honor Arc, just, I'm guessing, as a way to have a body that has some form of protection, and then set the Solemn Warning. So they're still sitting pretty nice here with, you know, obviously having the Breakthrough Skill and Deep Dark Trap Hole and Maxi in hand. Hydro Pump is going to get a, I believe that was the Diamond Core there, which is very good, and they have a Mind Control, so they can definitely push in for a lot of damage here. Here, going for the Diamond Core to add a copy of Urnite. Next, they're summoning the Urnite, but that is met with Solemn Warning, so that is very unfortunate. Here, Hydro Pump is just setting Mind Control. V-Star gets a copy of Gorilla, which they can summon, use the effect, get rid of Tenki, and pop the new set, which was just the bluffed Mind Control. Go to battle phase and attack in for some good damage here. Here, they're just passing. Hydro Pump gets a copy of Soul Charge, and unfortunately, that's just a little too late because they only have 1,000 life points left. So here they're going to summon Crusader, go battle phase, and attack over the copy of Gorilla. Here, Breakthrough Skill is going to try to activate, though, on attack declaration, but that's met with Trap Stun. So here, Crusader can add back the copy of Urnite. They set 1. The Crusader reveals the Urnite for the maintenance cost. Here, V-Star gets a copy of Max C. They're going to activate Tenki, getting Bear, and then, yeah, this might, I'm pretty sure this is just the end of the game. It is. So V-Star takes it with this Fire Fist Traptrix deck. Very cool deck, and still a very good showing from Hydro Pump despite losing this game here. Really cool deck. Again, I do want to see more of this, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this match. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video, comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future. I know there's a lot of different gameplay and stuff people have been suggesting. I'm trying to get through, and get replays of all the different decks and stuff people want. I have, like, I'm pretty sure over 40 videos already pre-recorded, so I might have some of those already made. It's just a matter of actually putting those out, so just be patient with me. But anyways, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.